question what they do it for. A greater cause than who we are. When we get there, hit the floor. Close your eyes and see their face. If you can do it, then take my place. Your heart will pound, your pulse will raise.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to From the Ashes on About Face Media. How's everybody doing? Does Rocky get added? Does he get added to the stage? Does he? Let's see what happens. He does. Look at that. And we are just screaming into the 20th century. Look at us. Joe, you're a fucking monster at what you do. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Rocky, welcome. What's up, bud? How the hell are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Living the dream.
Yes, you are. And you look good. And that's the important part, isn't it?
That's what I think.
How's your week been?
It's been good.
I mean, NBA finals, fucking UFC 250, fucking
listen, if you
NHL finals.
If you didn't watch that last night and get excited, then there is something wrong with you.
Dude, first of all, the fights were awesome. I mean, knockout after knockout, which, I mean, who doesn't love that shit? And there was some awesome jiu-jitsu too. Yep. There was some really good jiu-jitsu in that. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. Each of the fighters being escorted in by a Medal of Honor winner and a local hero, either from a local fire department or from 9/11 or from the FDNY, Arlington Fire, a local cop, something to that extent. Dude, that was, whew, I was getting a little misty-eyed a few times.
Well, I enjoyed
super cool.
The music was awesome. That was my thing. I was like, that's pretty cool.
That was badass. I had no idea the Marine Corps band could do that. Well done to the Marines. Joe's like, we get down, motherfucker.
Joe, I apologize for all that nasty stuff I said about the Marines.
No shit, man. You guys have got some musical talent. Mm-hmm. Dude, speaking of musical talent, in just a little while, in about 11, 12 minutes, we're going to bring on Stephen Cochran in just a few minutes. And we're going to talk about Label 22 Records and veterans in the music industry. So we're going to keep with this theme. But yeah, that was fucking, and we were going back and forth. So the time between fights, God, it's like 30 minutes. I was able to get in the hot tub, soak for 30 minutes, come back out, and the next fight was just starting. So it's like 30 minutes between fights. So we were going back and forth between the Golden Knights, the Vegas Golden Knights, and the Canes, the Carolina Hurricanes, for the Stanley Cup final, which, good job to the Carolina Hurricanes. I don't understand it. There's no fucking ice in Carolina and there's no ice in Vegas. So I don't understand how these two teams went to the NHL finals, but that's a whole nother conversation. Fuck the NHL, but hey, whatever. You're a big basketball fan, aren't you? Or you used to be.
I like basketball, but I'm not a huge fan. Not anymore. It's boring to watch anymore.
I get Knicks. I don't know shit about the Knicks, and they played San Antonio, right?
San Antonio, yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch it at all?
No, not really. I watched the aftermath. You know, it's funner watching the riots after the game than it is to watch the game.
It really is. It really, because you knew, and they burned like 5 buses that were destined for the World Cup. That was hysterical. Hey, shout out to producer Joe. Joe's been begging us for a green screen since we moved into the new studio. Well, we just it came in. We finally got it, and now you have what you have behind us, folks. So, and he made that all himself. So, well done to producer Joe. Basically, there's nothing that this man can't do. So, it's extremely impressive. So, well done, Joe. Very, very well done to you, man. You continue to impress the audience. So, well done. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got to start with, hey, Marty, the MRP party is here. Randy Almquist is tuned in, so the boss is here, so we got to behave. No, we don't. That's not true at all. But like we do, we got to start every show with our Never Forgotten, which I know this part sucks, folks, but it has to happen. We're going to get to Pizza Cat, Rocky. Don't you worry. We're going to get to Pizza. Dude, No joke. We went off the air. We were having such a good discussion last week that we never got to Combat Carl, and everybody wanted to know about Pizza Cat. I promise, folks, we will get to Pizza Cat tonight. If we have to cut Stephen Cochran off mid-interview, we will get it so that you can find out about Pizza Cat. We will not leave our it's only bringing me to the here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our never forgotten for tonight. PFC Christopher Dona, age 21 of Dudley, Massachusetts, died during an airborne proficiency jump at Taylor's Creek Drop Zone, Fort Stewart, Georgia, while assigned to the 1st Ranger Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment. He had completed his first deployment to Afghanistan just 1 month prior before the accident. An Army spokesman said that Private Dona's parachute seemed to work normally during the jump. When he landed, wind filled the parachute's canopy, dragging PFC Dona 350 feet along the ground. He was unconscious and found with part of his suspension line of the parachute wrapped around his neck. Folks, we talk about it all the time on this show, how every time you do anything in the fire service, police department, paramedics, the United States military, you lace up those boots, your job is dangerous. Doesn't matter if you're a pack clerk, a cook, infantryman, whatever it is that you do. When you step forward, you're stepping across that line and your job is dangerous, and we respect you for it. So tonight, when your family sits down to dinner and you say your prayers, when you put your kids to bed and you're saying your evening prayers, don't just include PFC Dona. Please remember his family, his friends, and those that no longer have PFC Dona with them in their lives. So, and please keep in mind that what we do and what our friends and those close of us to do is a very dangerous profession, and we have a lot of respect for what you do. So you're in our hearts, you're in our prayers, you're in our thoughts. So PFC Dona, thank you for your contribution to your country. Much respect for you. So that being said, yeah, holy shit, what a week. Sounds like we might have something with Iran. We might have some peace. We might have something signed. Might be a solid. Are we no longer a nation at war, Rock? What have you heard? Anything solid? What have you heard? You haven't heard anything? Does anybody call you Joey? Not that wants to live. You see the look on his face right now. I've never gotten a dirty look from Joe before, but there it was. Have you heard anything, Rock? Is it a solid? Are we no longer at war, or what's the deal, man? What have you heard?
You almost can't believe anything you hear anymore. You got to wait till you see it.
It's so funny you say that way. I'm doing show prep tonight, and getting a couple messages from friends, talking to my buddy Vinny, and he's struggling with VA and what he's getting. And my buddy Dave, same thing. Also, he's texting me as we speak while the show is on the air. People are getting, and we'll talk about this with Allie, there's a lot of rumor and innuendo going around, but the federal government is working on cutting veterans benefits. But then you read the next article and it's talking about how, and we'll get into this with Allie when we get her on later in the show, that they're increasing veterans benefits. So like, you can't tell what's real. Yeah, Joe's nodding at me right now over in the corner. You can't tell what is true and what isn't. You have to like kind of go to sources to figure out what is real, what isn't, I don't even know what's accurate anymore, which is why we have Allie in our corner. Cause yeah, we have no fucking idea what's real. Are you hearing anything on your end? What are you seeing?
Oh, I don't know. You see everything, like you hear things. And then, like you said, you have to wait. It's a waiting game at that point. It's like, hey, we're going to increase these benefits. It's like, yeah, okay, great. You know, how long have they been saying we should not, how do I say it? We shouldn't tax retirement pay for the military, right? That's been being said for God knows how long.
I don't disagree.
I'm waiting for it, but it's like, I won't believe it until I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't disagree at all. Cause you can't tell what's real. There's so much between AI and people just trying to start shit. And, there's a couple other podcasts that, you know, you roll past them and you're like, dude, what exactly is it that you're talking about? And don't get the wrong impression, folks. There's no facts coming out of this podcast either.
Nope.
It's all conjecture and innuendo. Don't take anything that you hear on this show as fact either. We're just kind of spitting into the wind ourselves. So we'll get it figured out, but I don't know, man. We'll figure some stuff out. But yeah. What do you think? Should we bring on Stephen Cochran and find out what's going on in the music industry these days?
Let's
You ready
do
for
it.
All right, let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Stephen Cochran. Stephen, welcome to the show. How the hell are you?
Hey guys, thanks for having me. I'm doing great, man. Just sitting here listening to y'all and thinking about that if they do cut our
you can do with your time.
well, hey man, I don't even know with 5 kids and what we got going on over here how I have time. But listen to you guys talk, I'm thinking if they ever cut our benefits and we don't make it look like 1932 in DC, then they're going to keep cutting them, just like they're taking everything from us. That's my 2 pieces. I'm not going to get in on that, but
that's what we're here for. No. That's what this show exists for, man. You're in the wrong seat. That is exactly why we're here. So you're in just good company. So yeah, by all means, you're in just the right place to talk about that kind of shit. Well, welcome to the show. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Especially if you're a dad of 5 kids. Dude, I hate children. How do you deal with 5 kids?
Man, I tell you what, I became a father late in life, and I'm glad that I did, because I think if I'd had kids earlier, I'd have 20 by now. I love being a dad. I coach them in basketball. We homeschool. Like I've just said, hey, if there's a hard path, give me the hardest. But I love being around my kids, man. Even when I tour, which is, you know, few and far between these days, I take my whole family with me. We flew them out to California. The last time I played out there, the whole family flew out there, played the shows, whole family flew back. Only one kid threw up on a plane. I consider that success. So.
Dude, mine are 25 and 23. And so like, I don't have to like worry about feeding them and shit anymore. All I have to do is pay all their bills for them. And so, you know, that's it. Other than that, I don't have to deal with them. I don't know how people deal with kids anymore, man. I don't want to be around kids. Good on you. Adam Bird is here. So we are now simulcast on Heroes Media Group. So we are syndicated. From the Ashes Radio is now syndicated on Heroes Media Group. Thank you so much. Super glad to be here. Love it. All right. That being said, all right, Stephen, our audience, they haven't met you yet. At least some of them haven't. Let's start at the beginning. Start at the beginning. Tell us what caused you to join the military. What branch did you serve in? I know we can see it on the bottom of the screen. And what caused you to join the military?
Yeah, guys, I would like to sit here and tell you that, you know, I wanted to be a Marine my whole life. Like most Marines would tell you, that's just not my story. You know, my grandfathers both served in the military. My dad served in the military, Army and Air Force. I've got one Marine in my family, which is a cousin. But my whole dream was to be in music. My dad's a songwriter. It was a family business. I always looked at it as this is the only country where you can take a dream and turn it into your career. And so when 9/11 happened, you got to stand up and fight for it. And so I was in my junior year of college at Western Kentucky University. I was playing lacrosse. I think we got drunk as a group and watched the towers fall. And, you know, as we're drinking, we're like, oh man, everybody's joining the military and everybody's going to go the next day. I literally dropped out of college and enlisted in the Marine Corps the next day after 9/11.
Fuck yeah. Well done.
Yeah. Well, I think if I'd had a preview, I probably would have taken a breaks on it and taken a different path, because, you know, even the recruiters tried to talk me out of it. They were like, hey, listen, you've got a great ASVAB. You've got 24 college credit hours to finishing your college career. Why don't you go back and do that? Whatever you do, don't go infantry. And so, you know, we watched.
You got to see the look on Joe's face. So Joe's a prior service Marine. You got to see the look on his face right now. He's like, I know what happened.
Yeah. So he plays me all the videos, you know, the legal admin. Hey, I'm a legal admin and all this other stuff. And I'm like, I didn't, honestly, I'll be honest. When I walked into the Marine recruiter's office, I didn't know that there was other jobs in the Marine Corps other than just go shoot people. And so when he's playing me all these videos, I'm like, man, I didn't even know you guys had this. And then we all know the video we got to, tiger stripe cami paint, dude comes out of and I'm like, that's what I came here for. And he's like, hey, remember the infantry part? That's what I told you about. Don't do that. So I ended up as an 0352, which is a tow gunner. He said, this is the easiest 03 job. You don't have to hump. You can just shoot tow missiles and stay out of the way. And then I got to ITB, infantry training, SOI, and I fell in love with the field, man. I fell in love with reconnaissance and Marine Corps, and all the things that I was tried to talk out of at my recruiter's office. I fell in love with, and so I ended up with 2nd Light Armored Reconnaissance as a scout, and then a scout team leader to Afghanistan. We did the invasion to Iraq from Kuwait all the way through the Nasiriyah, all the way to Tikrit and back. Blessed to have not lost any Marines on the entire march up or march back, and we had some pretty nasty moments in the invasion, but it was the second deployment to Afghanistan where I was a part of the 22nd MU BLT 16, where Corporal Ron Payne, who's the first Marine that was killed in Afghanistan, which was a Marine that I'd been serving with in Iraq. He was a scout with LAR as well, and man, I'll tell you, probably one of the greatest Marines I've ever. I mean, like, if you knew Ron, this guy was 6'8", and if you've ever seen an LAV and you think you're going to cram a 6'8" man into the back of an LAV with other scouts, he did it seamlessly, and he could disappear. Like, I'm talking about, this is one of the best Marines I'd ever served with, and he literally sacrificed his life to save Marines' lives that night. Drew fire away from a staff sergeant who had been wounded, and took an RPG round, and then still took a knee and continued to fire. So
that's the kind of Americans we like to hear about. Well done.
Brother, when you stand with true heroes and watch heroes fall, and then you realize, like, that's something different. That's I'm here fighting, but that's different. That's, we always said, Sal Gonzalez is an artist we have signed to Label 22, and he has a song called Heroes. And one of the lines is that heroes are the ones that don't make it home. And that's the truth for me, as far as, like, I've been there and I've ate the same dirt, but that's different. When you see a real patriot hero lay down his life for, and when we surveyed, Ron was a devout Christian. And I always tell stories, like, I was trying to figure out what libo ports we could get drunk in, and Ron was trying to get me into Bible study the whole way to Afghanistan. He knew, though, and that's, we tell this story all the time, but Ron knew. He'd already told his parents that he had talked to God, and God told him he wasn't coming home, that he just needed them to understand when they got the call what he was doing it for. And they were like, hey, listen, you're just nervous. And he was like, I've been to combat before. This is not new to me. I know what's going to happen. And to that point, when we surveyed his gear, there was only one line in his Bible underlined, and it was, greater hath no love than a man that gives up his life for his friends. Hmm. And so, I know for a fact that he knew where he was going. I know where Ron Payne is to this day. I know Ron's in heaven. If there's any Marine that ever served that's there, he's there. And, it's just us that have left here, to go carry on that torch, man. I tell his dad all the time, I don't feel, and I guess it's a form of survivor's guilt, I feel like, man, that dude was a better man at 23 than I am at 46. Why was I left here? And the answer is that he was ready. It may take a lifetime for us to achieve what he had already achieved at 23, which was just being a great man, an amazing Marine, and an even, great patriot and Christian. And so that's the type of men that I served with. I served with giants, and I'm blessed to have known them. I'm thankful that they got me home. Because I wouldn't have 5 kids. I wouldn't have my family. I wouldn't have everything that I have if it wasn't for those men and women. I don't know that I served with any women, but those men that I served with 2nd LAR, I owe them everything.
Well, a couple things. One, I'm always torn when I hear those stories, because it's great to hear that we are surrounded by people like that. And in the same breath, you're like, it's awful to hear that they're no longer with us, but it's great to hear that we had a chance to know someone like that and be around people like that. So thank you for sharing that story. It means a lot to me. 2 other things. Rocky was a recruiter for 20 plus years. So yeah, he told all those same lies as well. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And why does that doll behind you keep blinking?
What doll?
Oh, you're
that-
perfect for this show, dude. You are just the kind of guest we like.
We're just going to freak out the wizard a little bit. No, so this was I'm currently.
He made me look twice. It's
I
fine.
know. I looked twice too, dude. I was like, "What the fuck is that thing?"
Start looking around for your meds. Like, hey, did I take too many or not take enough today? Like what? So
Oh
we're
my
at
God.
what happened to the
Oh
family?
God.
We're at this. I'm in Michigan. This is my mother's childhood home, and I would spend summers here with my grandparents. And when they passed away, we got their home. We started bringing our kids up here so that they would, fall in love with this part of Michigan like I did. And that's my mom's creepy ass doll that she grew up with. And see, I got to watch out. You can't talk about her like that.
Because yeah, exactly. You're gonna wake up with her standing next to your bed. I've seen that show, that movie, Megan, whatever the fuck it is.
I'm married to Megan. My wife is Megan, so you're getting me on a double. The reason she's out is I had some cousins in town, and my grandmother used to use her to keep us all in line. So she would say, "Listen, Kathy's in the basement, and she's got the third finger. And if you're not good, I'm going to make you go downstairs and spend time with Kathy." And then Kathy was just sitting there again with one eye that just kind of like.
That is nightmare fuel,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, dude.
What the hell? That is absolutely nightmare fuel. Wow. All right. So you get out of the United States Marine Corps and you're like, "Hey, I'm going to be a musician and I'm going to take the world by storm." Tell us that story.
Well, I mean, I wish it was even that easy, man. Like you guys are going to find out, I guess, the more that we talk, that like nothing has been easy on this path. Like it's been all fight. Again, I had a developmental deal in college. I had planned on the music. And then after Ron was killed, I was injured myself. I was injured about a month later. We were doing convoy security, getting out of the Helmand province, coming into back into Kandahar, and my vehicle hit a hole that they had dug some mine out of. It just it catapulted me up, and I came back down on the bustle rack and then shattered my back from L1 to L5, shattered all my lumbars. I was paralyzed. They told me I'd never walk again. I always joke that I only walk to prove that you can't tell a Marine anything. Works well on stage, doesn't work well in real life because, I mean, the pain is real, right? So I wake up in Bethesda and they're telling me, hey, we don't know what we can do for you. We have some plans. We plan to fuse your back and put you in a wheelchair, and hopefully you go on to have a good life. And between my first sergeant back at battalion and my mother, they just continued to hound these doctors about a surgery that they had looked up called a kyphoplasty. Mm-hmm. And the doctors at Bethesda had told her, like, "Listen, we don't do that. That's a VA surgery. They use that for elderly veterans with degenerative discs. We don't do that here." That's when we found out that the VA and the DOD don't work together. Like you would think, common sense, like, hey man, tax dollars, we're going to spend them on one thing instead of two parties working on the same thing and not sharing their it gets maddening. I mean, like when you dig into the bureaucracy of our government and you realize how stupid our money is being spent. And again, when you're laying there in a bed and they're telling you, we can't give you this surgery that possibly will give you the use back of your legs because you're in the wrong department right now.
Yeah. Sorry, wrong floor. We need you to go downstairs. They do that downstairs.
24-year-olds. We give them to 86-year-olds.
We're going to need you to wait 40 years.
So again, they finally got tired. My first sergeant James, he went on to be a Sergeant Major James. I owe him. I have never in my life, you got to think, it's Bethesda, it's a naval hospital. I've got, admirals and colonels and all these, and they would come in and be like, "First Sergeant James from 2nd LAR is on the phone." And you see him go, no, I'm not here. Have him call someone. He would just be like, "Hey, y'all got him walking again. Don't make me call to Bethesda." And so between him and my mom, they just said, "I will turn you over to the VA." And I was the first VA DOD collaboration in like 30 years. And they didn't know, man, was that the only doctor that they had slated to do my surgery was at Vanderbilt in Nashville, Tennessee, which is where I came from. Mm-hmm. So they just sent me back home for the surgery. It was 4 months of the worst therapy I've ever had. The sensations starting coming back in my legs. I hadn't walked in 9 months. And so they get me back on my feet. And I just slowly went from back brace to from wheelchair to walker to cane. And then now I walk without any support at all.
That's what I like to hear.
During that time, I also lost the end of my finger. So as a guitar player, that's awesome. Let's just learn to play with these. So I only play guitar with these 3 fingers.
Well,
and
I've been in guitar lessons since last year, and if it makes you feel any better, I can't play with either of these fingers. So my poor guitar teacher. Yeah, exactly.
That's the funny thing. You guys have had Doc on, Doc Gaskins, and that was one of the things I used when Doc.
He wrote our theme song.
Right, I love it, dude. Let me tell you something. So when Doc and I first met, he was like, "I don't play an instrument," and I was like, "You need to," and he was like, "No, man, I just sing," and I was like, "No, dude, you need to play an instrument." And so he was just like, "It's too hard." And I was like, "What?"
He made his alien fingers. And
hey, combat shocker, guys. Combat shocker. That's all that is. That's just a
looking like the aliens from The Simpsons. What are you talking about? I play the guitar just fine.
What are you talking about? This is what combat did to me. I just used it.
I love it.
I used to tell him, I was like, "Hey, man, if I can play with 3 fingers," and now Doc plays great. I mean, he started playing guitar and he's been playing for a few years now. So
writing theme songs for radio shows and everything. Yeah, look at him.
Exactly, man. He's doing great. We love Doc, and everything that he's been doing and everything he's continuing to do. He just put a band together. So, yeah, man, it was a hard road back, and like all the people that were calling me before I went in the Marine Corps, because it's a great story that I had a developmental deal, and then I joined the Marine Corps, and they're like, "Hey, if he comes out of this, we've got a pretty good story." But then when you're injured and they're like, "Oh, well, we can't put $1 million into somebody that, we don't know is ever going to walk again," because you don't realize is that a lot of these record labels, they have to get insurance policies on you. So if your voice goes out, if something happens, Lords of London has insurance policies on most of your major singers out there, on their vocals, on their body, anything that happens to them, they've got to be able to recoup the money that they've invested into the artist.
Is that like getting Kim Kardashian's ass insured?
Man, I would guarantee you it's probably insured somewhere. There's somebody's got an insurance policy.
There's
on
not enough money. Elon Musk just lost his money.
You want to see the look on the face on Joe, the producer, right now. That's so awesome. There's not enough money in the world.
Kanye probably got taken off as the beneficiary. That's why he's so hard. I got to get back on that policy. But yeah, it was hard, man, and nobody would give me a chance. Like I was playing every show I could, and we were selling out everywhere that we would play, but they all knew that it was kind of like damaged goods. Like we would really like to be involved in that, but we just can't. We can't do it. And I was blessed. A small independent record label, kind of like us at Label 22 now, took a chance on me, and that was the end of it. Every song I put out after that was a Billboard hit, and we went on to I've played every major stage in the United States of America. I've been on tour with the biggest artist in country music, and I've just been blessed, man. And so
fuck yeah.
Well, yeah, and then when I started having kids, because like I said, we've got a 17, a 15, and then COVID got us, and I've got an 8, a 7, and a 6-year-old. And so,
a woman alone, brother.
We had cable, so I don't even have any excuse as to what was going on during that. There was other things to do.
I could have been watching Rick and Morty reruns, but no, she looked too good.
Well, if you Google my wife, you'll figure out why I got 5 kids. So I stopped touring, man. My dad was a touring musician, and he was gone my whole life, and I didn't want to be that dad. And so I felt like, hey, look, I've had a blessed career. I've done everything that I wanted to do. I'm retired. And I did. I retired for 5 years. I didn't pick up a guitar other than to do benefit shows or to help out with things like that. I stayed at home. I wiped butts and changed diapers and cooked and cleaned and did everything that I could for my kids. And then, I have a lot of buddies who do this, who are also veterans. Sal Gonzalez being, probably one of my oldest friends in this. Sal, when he heard me on the radio back in like 2007, when my first album came out, he was on his way to work at FedEx. And he starts calling the radio station, and he's like, and I only know my side of the story. I didn't get to hear his side till years later. And the lady comes in and she goes, "Man, you sure got some crazy fans." And I'm like, Fans, man, this is my first album. I've never been on the radio before. She said, some guy has called 8 times and he said something about the spirit of the core. And if you don't help him, you're a piece of shit. It's like,
that's how you knew he's a good friend.
Welcome to country radio. Yeah. And so my brain kind of starts trying to put it together. And I said, hold on, did he say spirit of the core or esprit de corps? And she said, yeah, that second one. That's what he said. And I said, he's probably a Marine. If he calls back, get his number. He called back. Me and Sal been friends for 20 years. I have never had the chance to help him with anything until, Label 22. And that's what happened. He called and he said, hey, listen, if you're not going to do this anymore, why don't you help some of the rest of us? Because
tell us about Label 22. I'm dying to hear this, man.
Yeah, man. So again, that's how it happened. Sal called. We started, working with some younger artists to work out some kinks and figure out what we're doing. And then we just started looking for the best veteran artist out there who served this country. And so Label 22 is a nonprofit record label. We make no money. Everyone there is a volunteer, and everyone there that works for, and I'm talking about in front of the microphone, our producers, our film, our PR, our managers, all veterans or spouses of veterans. So what we want to do is at the end of the day, prove that if you're a veteran and you want to be in the music business, we can do anything that any other label in country music is doing. We can do, I would say more. Because again, our film is in-house, our producers are in-house, and we operate out of RCA on Music Row, which is the first recording studio and recording company on Music Row, founded by Chet Atkins, and we sign all of our artists on Chet Atkins' desk. We're the only ones that get to do that. So when you come to Label 22, you're going to record in the studio that Waylon Jennings said was his favorite studio to record in. In fact, Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys was recorded in the studio that we record our guys in. They was talking. Sam Tate is a Vietnam veteran. He wrote. If you've ever heard the song "If You're Going Through Hell" by Rodney Atkins.
Oh yeah,
a lot of people don't realize that's written by a Vietnam veteran with 2 Purple Hearts and a Bronze Star, and he wrote that song because then they didn't have a name for PTSD. You were just shell-shocked Uncle Bob, and so he wrote "If You're Going Through Hell" as his own fight song to get through the day. Rodney Atkins went on to cut it, and now it's a feel-good song. But when you know the story behind these songs, and you know that some of these veterans that have written these songs that go on to be party anthems, but for that veteran that wrote it, it was how I get to the next day. It changed the whole meaning of some of these songs.
This is the greatest story I've ever heard. I love everything I'm hearing. This is so cool. I love this. Are you looking for additional art? What are you looking for? How can our listeners help you? Are you looking for donations, money?
We need money.
Are you looking for,
yeah.
Rocky is a multimillionaire. He will write you a check as soon as as we go off the air.
Well,
he has way too much money.
I used to think that I was doing pretty well, but there's a saying that if you want to make $1 million in the music business, you have to start off with 100 million.
Yeah, exactly.
That's especially as a nonprofit, because we still have to hire musicians to do these albums. Mm-hmm. So the musicians have to be played union scale. We're not trying to cheat anybody, so we're not paying our staff. We have to pay rent, and we have to pay for these projects. And so to be able to give them what we would say is a project that can compete. It's about $25,000 a project, and so far all of that has came out of our pockets or from our lone sponsor, which is Project K9 Hero. I don't know if you guys have talked to Jason Johnson before.
Not
Jason,
yet, but that's next.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Jason, you guys would love talking to Jason. He's got Project K9 Hero is a great organization that we've been paired with since the beginning. And he's literally solely helping us do all these projects. Because if it wasn't for Jason and Project K9 Hero, we would just be sitting here with a lot of great artists and no way to put out the music. So we depend.
How many artists do you have on right now?
So far we have Sal Gonzalez has his first album out on Label 22, and he hit number 4 on iTunes charts. And so if you get a chance, go check out his first music video. It's called Alabama Breathing. Man, there's a lot of, if you start looking for the Easter eggs, you'll see man, I want to tell a story so bad that I'm told I'm forbidden from telling. Our film producer is Chris Harrod, and he owns Harrod Productions. He's a Marine veteran. He's Army and Marine. So he was in the Marine Corps, got out, went in the Army, was a drill sergeant in the Army, and then did 16 years, came out. So he's a Marine and a soldier, and he does all of our film. And I'm telling you, you will not find anyone better. That's what I'm telling you. From the start, in front of the microphone, behind the microphone, start to finish, these whole projects are veteran done. So you can say the video was done by a veteran, that was produced by a veteran, all the songs were written by veterans, there's a veteran singing it, and the promotion of it is done by all veterans. So at the end of the day, there's no one that can do it better than we are doing it, because we know each other and we know what. So you're getting therapy the whole time you're doing it too. Because the one thing that we know is when you leave your unit, when you get out, now you're back home by yourself and you're a special little butterfly. And I was talking with a guy the other day. We all have that moment where you're hanging out with your best friends that you grew up with, and you tell a story that you and your veteran buddies think is hilarious, and you get that look from your best friend, like, and then you stop.
What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Like, oh, you need some help, I think. So you stop, but you stop talking. Then at that point, it's like that's when, you know, if you don't get it out, when we're in the service, we're sitting there cleaning weapons. We're talking about it. If we're at the chow hall, we're talking about it. We're always talking, which is getting it out, which is what we have to do. The only cure to post-traumatic stress is just to get it out. And like, that's why I call songwriting and what we do at Label 22, I call it tricky therapy. Like, yes, I want to help you live your dream, but I also want to get whatever's inside of you out. Even if it's got to be on paper, whatever we've got to do, let's get it out of you, and do that around your brothers who have also been there. So if you're talking in the studio and you wrote a song about something, you just need to stop singing to talk about that moment. Well, you're talking to a producer who's been there. You're talking to musicians who've been there. Like, nobody's going to judge you. They're probably going to throw in their 2 cents. Oh man, yeah, I remember that. Dang, you know, I hate near beer that's 98 degrees. You know,
hot water out of the plastic bottle.
Yeah,
Stephen, I could talk to you all night because I love everything that you're doing, but I'm going to run out of time, and you got 5 kids that you got to feed.
And you got to talk about a pizza chicken or something. I heard I was going to get cut off.
Pizza Cat. Yes, Pizza Cat. We got to get to Pizza Cat before we have a revolt in our audience. You're exactly right. So we end every interview with your 2 minutes to shine. We may have glossed over a question. We may have skipped over something you wanted to talk about. We may have completely glossed over something. Rocky and I are going to shut up. We're going to give you the microphone for the next 2 minutes. The audience is listening. The microphone is yours. It's all yours, bud. You got 2 minutes. All yours.
Label22.com, y'all. Please, label22records.com. Please go and check out our artists. Check out the music. If you like anything on country radio, you're going to love what we have, because this is service and sacrifice. These men and women who are fighting for their dream already fought for you. So if you support their music, you're supporting the men and women who were willing to die for you. That's 1%. This is one of the only countries where the 1% stands up for the 99, not the 99 for the 1. So I'm asking you to just go to www.label22records.com. Check out Sal Gonzalez, Brooks Herring, Chris Turner, Jenna Kay, Josh Varnes. I'm going to miss some people. We just signed some new guys. Weston Robinson, Chris Lozano. You
ought to see all the hearts going up right now on all of our social media tracks.
Gaskins. I mean, there's so much great veteran music out there. Michael Allen. Who am I missing? Caleb Montgomery. These are just great artists that we are proud and honored to be able to support. The next projects we got coming out is Chris Turner next month, and then we've got Brooks Herring following, and then Sal Gonzalez may have some other new stuff coming out as well. So just stay tuned to label22records.com for all that stuff. And please, if you would like to get and invest in a nonprofit that's helping veterans live their dreams, I promise you're not going to find one better than Label 22 doing what we do.
I feel like we can help with that a little bit. So let me see what we can get done. But after this interview, I'm going to reach out because we want to have some of those artists on our show.
Yes.
Last thing before we cut you loose, we end every one of these shows with a safety brief. You stood in formation on Friday at 5 o'clock while the commander gave you your safety brief, except our safety brief has to last for the rest of the week. Allie is awesome at this. She comes up with some of the best stuff. Yes, it is a competition. So that being said, what do you have for the safety brief for our audience that's going to last them the rest of the week?
Well, I'm trying to keep it as PC as I can. So I guess
wrong show.
but my pastor watches everything I do now. So believe me, I just had church yesterday where I caught him looking over at me at some of the posts I've made. So I know he's going to see this. Pastor Victor, I only said 2 cuss words. So, hey, I'm telling you, if you're out there and you need someone to talk to, don't wait. Don't hesitate. Reach out to someone, especially someone that you know that cares about you, loves you, your brothers and sisters that you served with. This world is a rough place to live, but we got in this together, and we can get out together. And so thinking you're going to do it alone is just it's not the way to think. And so I beg 22 a day. We all know that that's a bullshit number. You know, we're losing 40 to 60 veterans a day to suicide. And so if at the bare least, all you can do is live just so the Taliban can eat one, then do that, because they think they live in our head. Don't let them win.
Well worded. Very well worded. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking with Stephen Cochran. He's the founder of Label 22 Records. You're going to hear a lot more from him and all of the artists on his label over the next few months. I assure you, we're going to get a lot more of them on this show over the next few months. Stephen, I can't thank you enough for taking time away from 5 children to be a part of From the Ashes and About Face Media. Can't thank you enough for your time tonight. Have a great rest of your night and good luck, and do something with that doll, please.
She was winking. She was standing by.
Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for being here, Stephen.
Guys. Thanks for having me.
Yes,
Bye. Holy hell. Dude, that is awesome. I love everything I heard.
So I met Sal Gonzalez.
Where and how?
I did a retreat, and he was there. And so I've met him. Phenomenal guy, phenomenal story. But he would serenade us every night, and he would just sit by the fire and sing. And so he's a stand-up guy.
Dude.
Yeah.
Well, now, guess who we're having on the show now? I mean, I'm going to look him up immediately, and we're going to have him on the show as soon as possible. Allie, you there? I see you sitting there in the green room, Allie. I see you are you driving, Allie? You're on the motorcycle, aren't you?
No, I'm in the passenger side waiting for fucking Rah-Rah to get in there and get me a Oreo milkshake.
That sounds delicious. I could go for an Oreo.
Like,
how many is he getting us?
Just one extra thick.
Does that mean the same thing it did in high school?
It does.
Allie, before I get into all our heavy questions, how was
Yeah.
your training last week?
So good. So I actually did 2 trainings back to back for the NAC VSO, the National Association of County Veteran Service Officers, and then the MVSOA, the Massachusetts Veteran Service Officer Association, which they have made me chaplain. The new president has appointed me as chaplain. And as I was walking out for lunch, somebody stopped me like, "You're chaplain now?" I said, "That's right. This year's chaplain has an attitude." I'm like, "I am half holy, half hood. That means pray with me. Don't play with me."
This is fucking, if you had told me that Allie was going to be a unit chaplain, I would have not put that math together. Oh, look at that. Marty's like appointed. Marty, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Marty,
but I will say, I gave a pretty good prayer. It was like, you guys don't see my holy side a lot, but it's in there, So,
so I don't know if you know Allie, but Martin, who you see in the comments, is the boss man at the Motorcycle Relief Project. Has he seen your application yet?
I'm working on it.
Allie, I am known to forge a document or two. I was a recruiter for a long time. I will forge a document. You are just going to get a phone call that says, "Hey, congratulations, you've been accepted."
Somebody forged my name at the president's reception, and I ended up fucking singing karaoke Redneck Woman. So you wouldn't be the first to forge my name on documents.
Don't make me do it, Allie. Either you fill the application out or I will.
I'll do it.
Yeah, you've been telling me that for months, girl.
I think I've been saying it for like 3 years.
Better
I'll
hurry
do
your
it.
ass up.
I just gotta get over this thing. I have too many trips this year. Next year. And
Anyway.
I'm lying because I'm scratching.
Yes, I do know you're lying because you're not the only one that lies to us about these things. That's okay. Anyway, that being said,
I want to do it. It's like I'm like nervous. I don't know why, because I don't fucking get nervous about shit. But like I'm nervous to do it. I think it's because like I don't have full faith in my writing skills yet. And I know I'm going to be with some women who have ridden like 10, 15 years. And this is only my 3rd riding season. So I feel like, I don't want to be the asshole that drops the bike getting off the fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's what
Keep
it is. I
fucking
think
around.
it's performance anxiety. Oh my God. Is this what you guys feel like? It's
Keep
performance
fucking around. I swear to
anxiety.
God, I'll give him your phone number. I have your personal phone number. I swear to fucking God, I will give him your personal phone
Don't
number.
do that to me. I thought we were friends, bro.
That's why I'm going to
We
give
are
him your
friends, and this
personal
is why
phone
you're
number.
doing it.
Exactly. Anyway, that being said, so Rocky
yeah.
had a bunch of questions for you. And I
no,
wrote
I
them
did
down. I wrote them down. Where did they go? Here they are.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
So,
All right. Go.
yeah, so if you have you met Rocky yet?
No,
Rocky
hi.
is our
I
new
think so.
co-host.
How you doing?
How are you? Oh, we got a new Rocky, how much are they paying you?
Are they paying
Hey,
you?
we don't discuss salaries live on the air here,
Ah,
folks.
no, bullshit. How much are they paying you?
Nothing. I was told I was doing this for a friend. And I was like, but we're really not that good of friends. So I don't know.
I've been asking for a raise for 3 years, and I'm still at fucking $0.
Oh, okay. Then I was like, at least you can get a raise. I ain't got nothing.
3, it's more like 5, Allie.
I know. I think how long have I been doing this show? Like 5 years, right?
It's like 5. Anyway, so one of the questions Rocky had. So there's a lot of misinformation going around right now on the internet about veterans benefits being cut, about veterans benefits being added. People are freaking out, and they're listening right now, and they're listening for your segment. What are you hearing as the boss lady VSOs in Massachusetts? What are you hearing about benefits being cut, added, diminished, more challenged? What are you hearing? Because people are freaking, bro.
So there is a bill that for the most part is really great for veterans benefits. But there's like 2 little, can you just pull over somewhere? But they're
Why? You already got your fucking milkshake. Why does he got to pull over?
because the thing is going to start dinging and I'm going to lose connection because I'm in the country.
Anyway, keep talking.
So there is like a paragraph or 2 in like 900 word documents that they want to reduce or get rid of tinnitus and something else, which is stupid because tinnitus is almost like a give me, and it's not a give me, but that 10%, that's literally all a veteran needs to get into VA healthcare. So while it might seem insignificant, oh, it's just ringing in the ears. Yeah, but ringing in the ears leads to other things. And then that will increase the veterans' compensation. So, yeah, there's word on the street that compensation might get cut. But honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think so.
Okay. That you have just reassured a whole bunch of our listeners, so we really appreciate that. Hey, can you turn the phone just slightly to the driver's side? Did we lose you? Can you show us Joe for just a second?
No, can you?
Joe, our listeners want to know, are you okay?
Blink twice.
Blink twice if you're okay. The listeners say they saw her hit you.
Hey, this is my segment. This is my segment. Don't
Blink
you say a
twice if
fucking
you're
word.
okay, Joe.
Don't you say a word. This is my segment.
Because Allie says nope for a reason.
Oh my God,
God,
I
sure.
fucking love this. I love our radio show so much. Oh my gosh. Allie, what do you got for the safety brief before we cut you loose?
Well, before the safety briefing, in that training, I learned that if you have asbestos or asbestos exposure, asbestosis, and you were diagnosed with like lung nodules or asbestosis or a bunch of stuff, the mesothelioma center, they actually have people who will help you write your VA claim when it comes to asbestos exposure.
Really?
So I thought that was pretty cool. Yep. And it's free. It's free for the veteran. But they have like doctors on staff, like a whole thing about, and I think you go to like asbestos.gov or asbestos.com. I don't know. I have the flyer in my office, but they have a whole section just for veterans to help veterans get their compensation for those that have been exposed to asbestos. And I thought that was pretty fucking cool.
Well, that was one of the other questions that Rocky had. He wanted to know, what is a reasonable price to pay for a Nexus letter?
Zero fucking dollars.
That's what I tried to tell him.
9 nilch nada nunca.
It's like he's never listened to the show or
never.
I thought we were
you
friends,
got a
Rob, but I
co-host
guess
that
now.
knows. I put you under the bus. No, it is never okay. Never okay. Because the VA is going to know that you paid.
Oh, see?
There she goes. She's so mad that she cut herself off.
It's on you. Like, fuck off. Like, that's not how it works.
You got anything for the safety brief before I kick you to the curb?
Yes, I don't care how badass you think you are. Please, for the love of all that is holy, do not attempt to eat a corn dog in one shot.
Well, there goes my salt delight.
That's the best advice I've heard in a long time.
I saw a video. I saw a video.
Joe's sitting next to you right now, gagging and trying to spit out the rest of the corn dog, isn't he? You can tell us. It's okay. We love you anyway, Joe. Keep up the helicoptering. Ladies and gentlemen, Allie. Listen in next week. Will we see you next week, Allie?
Yes.
All right. Enjoy your Oreo Blizzard. Have a great rest of your night.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Allie. Are you able to bring up the story?
It's the story of the year right here. There we go.
It is. It is.
This is number one.
This is the story. Are you able to, do I have to like search through our messages to find this? This is Pizza Cat. All right. Let me scroll through. Oh, there it is.
He's got
the commander of the 379th Air Expeditionary Wing has promoted the beloved feline assigned to Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar, widely known as Pizza Cat, to serve in the next higher grade of Senior Meowster Sergeant. What the fuck is happening to our military? The cat, who earned her moniker for regularly being spotted near the on-base Pizza Hut, has a very large fan base on social media. What the fuck? Really? So much so that military officials had to issue a memo. Rocky, what the fuck is happening to our United States military?
Listen, I want to know who's running that social media.
Last year, debunking rumors that she had been ordered to be put down. Also known as the Queen of the Dead, the cat had long raised morale at the sprawling U.S. military complex. What the hell is going on? How did we get here? How did this happen? What is happening? They're promoting, dude, correct me if I'm wrong, but were we not allowed to have pets when we were deployed?
I thought we weren't. That was the whole point. Don't touch the animals.
Yeah, and now they're promoting them. They're giving them rank.
But is that the thing that's sad is that cat is actually higher ranking than I was when I got out.
I was just thinking the same thing.
I'm like, holy shit.
You know what's funny is that cat is probably going to get VA benefits quicker than I did too.
That cat will hit 100% before most individuals will, right there.
How?
Laying on a chair.
And my favorite part, Joe, is that you managed to come up with a Shiba Inu to give the fucking thing its promotion.
Google's wild, man.
How does this keep happening to us? Where is this Shiba Inu? And I love that it's not in the graphic that you put behind us for tonight. But like, where did the crystals come from and the fucking Inca coin? What is that thing back there? Is that like an Inca calendar or something? Where did that come from?
They just threw it in there. It's random AI slop.
That's AI slop. That is the greatest thing. Rocky, what do you got for the safety brief for this week?
Listen, so I was going to get on here. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to call one of the smartest 27-year-old teenagers I know.
Uh-huh.
So I called this young lady and I said, and she was with her fiance, and I said, hey, I got to give the safety brief. I got something. What do you got? She goes, oh, it's summertime. We're in Florida. Don't ride with fat girls on your jet skis. I was like, hey, there you go.
That is excellent advice, because it's a lot of fun until your friends see it.
But that's a big quotation device.
That's just life advice.
That's for safety.
That's not just safety. That's life advice right there.
Listen, when the sharks show up, you just got to swim faster than her. That's all.
And speaking as a thick boy, I'm going to tell you that fat doesn't float like you think it does. So, I mean, good effort on you folks. That is the greatest thing I've ever heard. Well done. Whoever that young person is that you ask, I mean, that is solid life advice, man. I love it. Well what do you call it? So you reached out to this dude, Sal, huh? I love this. That is so cool. Did you tell him, hey, now we're going to have you on the radio show?
Yeah, I dropped the name. Like I had reached out to him and then I just dropped the name. I was like, hey, we had Steven on there. So ask him about it.
Look at you. Well, I mean, dude, book him. Let's make this happen. Dude, put him on the show. Let's get good stuff happen. I mean, this is exactly what we're doing this year. So this is absolutely perfect. The fact that you know him is even better. So let's make good stuff happen.
I don't even know if he remembers me, but it's worth a try.
But I love this. Let's see here. What else we got? What the heck is happening into the Air Force? Now I want an Oreo shake. I'm trying to think of what other comments we got going on. Stay out of trouble, but if you can't be careful and don't get caught. I mean, that's all solid stuff. All right. So let me see what do we got for next week. Let's see. Let's look at the calendar for next week. We've got coming up. What's today? Yeah, I don't see anything on there. Oh, is next week is a holiday, isn't it? It's Juneteenth.
What? Next Monday?
That's this week.
Oh, it is. So this Friday is Juneteenth.
Thursday, Friday, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, we are. Oh, so we are. We are having a show on Monday. Yep. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Yes, we are. All right, cool. Excellent. All right, what else you got before we cut things loose?
Nothing today.
Got anything, Joe? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's thank you so much for listening to From the Ashes. Love having you here. Really appreciate you, folks. Have a great rest of your night. See you next Monday, folks.